Welcome back to the World Go channel. I'm your host and self-appointed Go evangelist, James Story. Today's lesson is the Joseki lesson, lesson J5.1.2. This is going to be the 3-4 and 3-6 Shimari, or corner enclosure, and a Kakari, where black attacks the corner enclosure. In this lesson, black, instead of taking the corner, which is called the inside, it decides to take outside and have influence in the center. So let's get to it. So here we have a 4-3, 1-2-3-4, 1-2-3, and a 3-6 or a 6-3, however you want to call it, and the same thing over here. So last time we saw that when black played this, white played this. When white played this, black played this. White came to here, black attacked. White played to here, black came down. White played here, trying to get a little tricky. Black came out. White came out, black comes out again because that's where white wants to play, and then white protected the cut because black wants to push and then cut. White protected the cut with this. White would like to go there next and start to make an eye. Black says, no, you're not. White plays here, connecting with an eye, with a tiger's mouth rather, and white would like to get here and make a panuki shape, so black plays there instead, and then white connects. And black comes back and hugs this stone here. So here you see where black has a pretty big corner, and white has kind of a dumpling shape in the middle there. It's not really expanding in all directions. It can run, that's true. This stone is weak, and it can attack it, but it's still got to think about base. It's white's turn. I like this because otherwise, when black gets here, white gets here, black goes here. White, and black keeps trying to steal white's base. Of course, it depends what's going on out here. White has a lot of other options, a lot of the potential here in the center. So this is when black plays here, white plays here, and black plays here, and black decides it's going to take the corner. So if black wants the outside instead, let's clear these guys off so they're not so confusing. If black wants the outside instead, they play here. And then white plays here. If white goes to here, I would be very tempted to switch strategies now and take a much bigger corner and really have these two stones under attack. They might try something like this. But even here, this wedge looks kind of strong. But anyway, these white stones then really get to be back, and then you get to make territory on both sides of this white string that's in the middle there. So once again, we'll go back to the beginning here. So here, black says, I want the outside this, and white should not play this move, but this is the book move. Black can play this move. I thought it was really a bad move at first, but it's actually doable. The bad part about it is that when white extends out, they poked into the tiger's mouth, and they have one of the cutting points like this. If they fix this or protect that cutting point, though, I think it ends up bad for black because white's going to cut this stone off here, Tari here, white plays there, threatening Tari here, so black has to turn, and then white can come back and play, attack this stone, something like maybe the hug, like that. But black doesn't have to protect this. Let's go back here. There we go. Here. Black wants the outside. White plays here. Black cuts there. This is not a book variation, by the way, that I've seen. But if black goes to here, white can actually take the corner here by descending there. Black plays this move. White makes an eye and protects the cutting point there. If black gets really adamant about trying to kill this group, it would go like this. Notice black is on the two vital points of the zigzag 4 there in the corner, but it's white's turn. They turn this way. And when black plays there, white plays there, and white has two moves. Black then needs to come back and net these two stones, or there really could be some problems with white coming out here and attacking this group, and then getting out and maybe coming back and attacking that group. However, this is not really the best move by black. In this situation here, black should just contain white some more. And let's see, here, and white turns there. Can they do this? Yeah, they can do that too. Either one. That's probably a little bit better move. And white has two eyes. So at this point, black would probably not play that move, but instead would come back and grab net these two stones. So this is not the book move, but it's a little variation I kind of figured out for myself. Maybe there's a problem with it. I don't know. But here's kind of the book move. White plays there. Black Ataris this way. White connects. Black then has a cutting point here, and they just go ahead and solidly connect it. Coming down here just creates a little too many cutting points here. So black solidly connects it. Then white slaps over here. All right. If black gets greedy and tries to do this, white is happy to poke into the tiger's mouth, because notice they already have one of the cuts, and now black has multiple cutting point options, or cutting point problems. If they come down here, white's just likely to go ahead and double Atari right now. So if black does this way, though, all right, then white can make black pick up and then come back and double Atari. Oops, that's not a double Atari, excuse me. Don't let black pick up. Don't make black pick up. Just go ahead and do a double Atari right now, which will allow white to not only get the corner, which was originally black's, right, because they had two stones, but also get out. So this is the best of both worlds for white and the worst of both worlds for black. Black didn't seal white in the corner, but they gave up the corner. All right, and now these stones are looking just a little bit to be a little bit weak. Probably need to come out like that, but once again, white gets the corner and gets out. That is not what black wanted. Black either wants the corner or they want to seal white in the corner. So we'll go back here to the beginning. So this move, black says, I want the corner. White plays here. And unlike this corner over here, instead of black playing Atari there, they're going to play Atari here. White connects, and we'll see what the difference is between this corner and this corner in just a minute. Black plays there. Oops, this move is not there. Okay, so we got white, black, black Atari. White connects. Black connects to protect the cutting point. White plays here. Black can't do this. It's way too greedy. They have to slap here or Atari Haune there. White comes back, and now white's alive in the corner. Okay, for example, here, 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 here. This doesn't work because white simply plays this way. If black comes out here, white plays this, and they're going to have an eye and an eye. If black goes this way instead, white's going to play here, and they'll have an eye and an eye. If black does something like this move instead of this one, white still comes down. Oops, they don't have this stone. So if they play this move instead of this one, white still comes down. Now black has a problem that they need to fix, and now it's white's turn. Okay, but really what black does at this point is they leave this alone. They want to have this as a big co-threat. That'd be nice, right? Come back and kill the whole corner. So they want to leave that alone. They don't want to solidify that because that was going to help white. But they do have a problem here with this cut, and they need to come back and protect it either solidly or with a tiger's mouth. If they do not, white is going to cut there, and now white threatens here Atari, right? If black extends, white can come up and Atari here, and if black connects, white captures. Not really what black wanted to do. If black connects there, then white captures. And once again, they've stolen the corner and gotten out. And that's just the worst of both worlds for black. If black, instead of playing, when white plays here, instead of playing out, plays up like this, white comes up here, and now black has two problems. One is here. So if they connect there, white simply does the same thing. They steal the corner, and they get out. So at this point, we'll go back here. At this point here, put that there, that's how it was. At this move here, so it was white, black, white. Black owes a stone over here somewhere to protect that cutting point. and then black has just for a really big co-thread anytime during the game. All right. So let's say, though, that it goes something like this. Here, here, here. All right. So what's the difference between this corner and this corner? This corner is actually a little bigger for white, isn't it? This is the book variation that black lets white have. There's a little bit difference on the outside, though, I think, is that black is, a line higher than they are over here. So they have a little bit more push that way. So they're kind of out here. But we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 points in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points there. White's going to have some forcing moves here if they want. Something like that. Black still has this as a co-threat. White can't let black get to here, or it's going to be well, it's not even going to be a co, because if white gets to take this back, black just comes there. No, yeah, not even a co. So black still has a co-threat here or here. In this case, this is kind of how it finishes up. Either one. So although this is kind of the book, this is not so bad, I think, for black either. They make a couple extra points, and they still have the threat of a co here, just as black has a threat of a co-threat there. So this might be, maybe this is kind of what black is aiming for, to protect it with this. And there, now you can see there are 2 lines out in front of this. I think that's probably why black chooses this over this. If they really want the outside, this seems to end up, it gives white a few more points in here, maybe like 4 more points, but it really ends up with a lot more influence on this side of the board. And I think at the beginning of the game, that black will happily trade 4 or 5 points here in the corner for having a much bigger influence over here on this side of the board. At the beginning of the game, I think that black is going to choose the outside influence. If white already has like some stones over here, for example, they kind of negate any black potential expansion over here. And the same way as if they have, stones up on this side of the board, then they're going to block any potential of black making, more territory there. But otherwise, at the beginning of the board, I think that the beginning of the game, rather, I think that this position looks a lot better over here for black than for white. And the same here. Although I think I would rather choose this variation, and that's why it's in the book. And this variation over here is not in the book. All right. Well, that's the Shimari of the 3/6 and 3/4 stone. When white plays here and black forces them into the corner. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. There's the thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Additionally, many of these lessons are kind of in a sequence. That is, one lesson builds upon another. So if you haven't seen, this lesson is not like that, but if you haven't seen some of the lessons, they don't make sense unless you've seen, if you haven't seen some of the previous lessons, some of the lessons don't make sense. So one thing you might want to do is check out my playlist of lessons in logical sequence. So those this playlist is designed so that you know which sequence to watch the lessons in, so that if one lesson is dependent upon another, you will have already seen the lesson that you need to see. If I would start at the beginning and whatever seems too rudimentary to you, just skip and go to the next lesson until finally you find a lesson that seems to be profitable for you. Anyway, thanks again. We'll see you next time on the World Go channel. Goodbye.